Jennifer and Brian Conforti, and daughter Abby.
It's just Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, I just wanted to look at each of your faces. And can I just first say I'm really honored to be here, speaking along with so many other parents and individuals with issues that cannabis can help, and kids with issues that cannabis can help. At First Couple, I'm very honored. Oh. Good afternoon. Hi, Mr. Chairman. My story might be a bit crazy. I might be a bit crazy for sitting here. But I have a daughter who is now 5. When she was 2 years old, she was diagnosed with severe autism. In February 1st of 2014, so 2 years ago, almost to the day, she started severely self-injuring her arm. She would bite her arm. It was always her right arm. She had very crazy attacks. We used to call them rages, demonic rages. And her father, Byron, and I understood why people 60 years ago who probably had autism were institutionalized, because they act like they were demonically possessed. And here's our little 3-year-old screaming, biting, and acting in such a way that completely befuddled us. We had no idea what to do. For about 9 months, we searched out the medical community. We were already seeing a pediatric neurologist. We sought out a psychiatrist, several different types of therapies, and even hospitalized her for 4 days during a very severe time of these rages. And we're left with no answers. I'd like to read you a part of an email that I wrote to my family May 31st of 2014, which was right in the middle of that 9 months. Dear family and friends, I've chosen you to receive this email because I love you and I feel you need to know what's been taking place the past few months. You know me better than anyone and will accept me no matter what. You all know about the quote-unquote episodes Abby has been having as of February 1st this year. She is currently on her 10th drug to try and get her to a point that she and we can at least function. Nothing is working. Nothing. Her neurologist and psychiatrist are stymied. They are out of options. The hospital stay did nothing more than cost $20,000, which we do not have, and proved nothing. We left with no answers, no guidance, no resolution. We were devastated. Abby is not getting better. Each day brings more episodes that are more severe than ever. I cannot do anything. If I'm with her, if I am not with her, every minute she is awake, she freaks out. She follows me everywhere. I'm only able to write this email because she woke up at 6 a.m. and I knocked her back out with some trazodone so I could get a shower and write this. Here's the deal. We've not found anyone with any answers as to why this is happening. No one seems to know. Abby is possessed? Quite possibly. Abby has autism? Of course. Abby's just going to have to go through this? I suppose that's what we're left with. You cannot understand or fathom what it's like as a mother to wish your child would just die. To think that if she died, she would be happy and at peace. Maybe you can fathom that, but I hope not, because no parent should ever have that thought cross their mind, ever. Her meltdowns are epic. Demonic growling, tortured screaming like someone is murdering her slowly, and looks of complete desperation as if to say, someone please help me. I can't help this biting myself and I want to die. I just want to kill myself. And she's 3. And all Byron and I can do is restrain her, literally wrap her up and hold her face so she can't turn and bite one of us, because she would have if she could have. In complete bewilderment and exhaustion for hours at a time. The longest she went was 8 hours straight. So she does not bite herself, us, the dog, or any other object she can get her teeth on, like the granite countertop or the stove handle. It is the most difficult thing to watch your beautiful, precious daughter go through. I cannot stop the tears. Even now, I cry all day long. Have you ever been afraid to hold your child? Ever had fear strike your soul every time they wake up? I cannot send her to school. Even they are afraid of her. She'll miss the spring concert, the end-of-year parties, and field trips this week. And she was in a special needs school, by the way. My arms are covered with bruises and cuts from her trying to rip my arms off so she can bite herself. And if she can't get to herself, she'll bite us. No one should be truly afraid to hold their child. I am. So that was in the middle of our 9 months of what I like to call our hell on earth. During that time, doctors tried sertraline, which is Zoloft, trazodone, Haldol, lorazepam, clonidine, clonazepam, Abilify, Seroquel, Risperidone, benzotropine, mirtazapine, propranolol, Tegretol, and Topamax. And there were more, along with probably 20 different types of supplements to try and help her. Nothing helped. We had maybe one time Zoloft help for about 2 weeks. And then it came right back. So we were devastated. In October of 2014, after 9 months, the straw that broke the camel's back for me was 3 of her teachers walking her out like a battering ram, with the front one, she had taekwondo arm guards on to keep from getting bit. And now at this point she was in county school because private school couldn't handle her anymore. But the county school, thankfully, was able to hire another parapro to just be with her 100% of the time. But it was typically 2 or 3 of them with her 100% of the time. That day they had to restrain her for 4 straight hours, and I said, that's it. Now during this 9 months, I had done a lot of research online. I had called people all over the country. I had looked into and Googled cannabis and autism with self-injurious behavior. What is being used? What is helping? Is it helping? Who can I talk to? I found some incredibly influential and wonderful people from California to New York to Texas who were willing to walk me through what to do if I wanted to break the law and get cannabis in the state of Georgia for my daughter. And October 26, 2014, that's exactly what I did. I got medical cannabis for her. I gave it to her. I started to wean her. They walked me through how to wean her off her other meds, which at the time were Tegretol and Topamax, which are seizure meds because they were guessing at whether or not it might be seizures. We took her off of that, and by day 4, the raging, the hours a day raging stopped. And not only that, she looked me in the eye for longer than about 2 seconds for the first time ever. She started babbling. She still is nonverbal, unfortunately. She's still a 5-year-old daughter with autism. She's nonverbal. She's still in diapers. But doggone it, our lives are so much happier now, I can't even tell you. It's been 1 year and 3 months. It's very scary for me to sit here and tell you this, because I'm basically totally out there now. I'm giving my daughter medicinal cannabis illegally in the state of Georgia. But it was a matter of our lives were non-existent. We had no lives. And if we did this, if we just could try it for her, if somebody would just let us try it to see if it worked, wouldn't that be great? Well, that wasn't the case. I'll say this. Another thing about autism, low THC does nothing for them. Nothing. I've tried them all. The most recent that I was able to have tested is 53.9% THCA, 14.53% THC, and she's doing beautifully. She's happy. She's learning things at school. She's progressing. She's not regressing. And we have been able to live our lives, and I could actually take her to the store now. It's a wonderful thing to be able to take your 5-year-old to the store and not worry about a meltdown. That being said, and in conclusion, I don't want to be here. I didn't want to be here today. I don't want to be doing what I'm doing. I'm not a lawbreaker. I speed occasionally, but that's about it. But this isn't, if you'd asked me 2 years ago, before she started her meltdowns, if I'd be giving my daughter cannabis illegally, like her, what? I don't smoke that stuff. You know, I didn't know anything about it. But I can tell you this. For my daughter, it works. for our home. We have a home back. We have a safe place back. I'm not scared to hold her anymore, although it took me about a year to get over flinching every time she hugged me. But I'm not scared to hold her anymore. And it does work. And there really cannot be a ceiling on THC levels, because no child is the same. Not every child reacts to a 1-to-1 ratio or a 5% THC level, because not every child has that same disorder, and not every child has that same system. And maybe another child with self-injurious behavior would not react well to THCA. It would be something else for them. But we have to be able to find that out here in Georgia. We can't rely on people in Maine who are doing the testing there, or Minnesota. We've got to do it here. It has to happen here. Autism has to be added. These kids need it. There's tens of thousands of families affected by autism just in Georgia. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I just ask one question?
I'm sorry. This is if you don't mind doing that after she leaves.
Very relevant for what we're talking about.
Okay.
Very quick.
Well, let me recognize Representative Gravely first.
I think I got you covered on that question. You said you gave her a narcotic to knock her out so you could take a shower and send an email. Could you tell me what that drug was again?
It was called Trazodone. It's a sleep med. Trazodone is a sleep med. And quite frankly, if you've ever been around kids with autism, they don't sleep.
Gotcha.
She still takes Trazodone, even with the THC.
Okay. And then the list of pharmaceuticals, those are, I would imagine, adult doses.
They're all adult. The pediatric neurologist had never prescribed most of them for anybody under the age of 6. She was 3. The psychiatrist had never prescribed any of them for anybody under the age of 12. They're not indicated for anybody under the age of 12.
That's right.
So they were guessing at the prescription amounts.
And so could you, just very quickly, she's doing great on the THC.
Correct.
She's happy, she's smiling, she's functioning, she's having eye
functioning
contact.
and progressing.
Cognitive, being able to look at you.
Very much so, compared to before, yes.
And that's on an illegal substance.
Correct.
And the legal government-approved drugs
Did absolutely nothing.
did absolutely nothing. And they were adult doses.
Correct.
That the psychiatrist and the neurologist said, we've never even prescribed these before to someone this young.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you.